Hey, what's up? Otaku Mike here. It's time for a superhero team up with Laura Kinney, Wolverine, issue number 2. Let's get into this. So, issue number 2 picks up where issue number 1 left off, obviously, where Laura Kinney, aka Wolverine, she basically decides to become the defender of New York City for mutant kind, because mutant population isn't really doing so well, and they're not really doing well in the public uh, perception of normal, everyday humans. So things aren't really going well for them right now. And she actually ends up running into Elektra, aka Daredevil. And they end up in a superhero fight because they're both looking for some people who are actually selling illegal arms. So as they are fighting in the docks or the shipping yards, they actually end up running into the illegal arms dealers and who they're actually looking for, because they both get like information that something's going on down at the docks or whatever, and so they find out that the stuff that they're selling to the arms dealer is actually a mutant, and the mutant basically is a human bomb. And this mutant actually is a friend of Wolverine's. I've never heard of them before. I believe their name was Anthony. And X-23 or Wolverine, Laura Kinney, whatever you want to call her, she is not having this whatsoever. If a mutant is involved and a mutant is being mistreated in any way, she's like, I gotta stop these people. I gotta kill them. That's what I gotta do. But Daredevil is like, hey, no, look, we gotta really get our intel straight before we just run in there and do anything crazy. We have to figure out what exactly is going on. So they end up going after this mutant. Unfortunately, they end up losing the mutant, and Elektra's like, Daredevil's like, hey, I gotta go to Mayor Luke Cage because there's something going on in the city at the moment, because Luke Cage overturned the anti-mask law that was going on. So people are very unhappy about that because vigilante is apparently back on at the moment. You can be a vigilante, and that's okay now, apparently. Wolverine gets to Luke Cage's office, and Luke Cage is like, hey, stay out of this. You don't know what you're doing. I know what it's like and whatnot. I've fought with Wolverine. I fought with Wolverine. Fought with plenty of mutants. Everything is going to be okay. Luckily, Wolverine doesn't take this advice and actually goes to track down the mutant who is being sold to be a weapon. And things do not go so well because this mutant ends up getting used against the protesters and ends up blowing up after this issue. All right, so let's look at the interior artwork. Oh, by the way, there's your creative team right there. And I just have to say, I do really feel like the artwork in this issue was a lot better than in the last issue. Maybe it's because they used more of like a darker color palette. I don't know, but I really actually did like a lot of the action scenes and stuff, and how there was a difference between how Laura moved in this versus how Elektra moved. It was a very nice touch they had going on, and like seeing like how like Elektra's scarf moves when she fights and stuff. I thought that was really cool. Like the action was very well done in this particular issue. I really liked it. Even there's a little superhero fight in this. But yeah, the artwork is, I feel like, a lot better in this issue. I love your typical superhero team up when there's a misunderstanding, they get together, stuff like that. It is very generic in that sense, but I do feel like this actually puts a nice little spin on it in that aspect. But yeah, the artwork definitely is a lot better, I feel like, in this particular issue. And we get, towards the end, before they get to the big explosion. I have to say, I was kind of iffy on the first issue. It was fine. It was a fine first issue. But I do feel like the story does pick up in issue 2. And we're kind of, getting our legs, in a sense, in this story. I really like the banter between Wolverine and Daredevil in this, because there was history with the original Wolverine and Daredevil. or slash Elektra, and it kind of gets intertwined into this. I think this might be the first meeting of the two in the Marvel Universe. I could be wrong. Who knows? But there's a nice juxtaposition between the two with them and their personalities. Elektra is more like standoffish. Let's wait. Let's find out what's going on. Then she jumps in. Laura is more like impulsive in this series, and she wants to like go after the people without really knowing what exactly is going on. It was interesting to see how it ties into Luke Cage and stuff. I did not know Luke Cage was the mayor of New York now. It's very interesting, and how he is basically dealing with the mutant populace, a population or whatever. How the world is dealing with the mutant population and stuff. But it's interesting to see like where this story is going, and it ends in an explosion and a bang at the last page. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? You know. But I do feel like this series is moving in a better direction. I felt like it was on a little shaky ground after the first issue, because I was like, hey, what exactly is going on here? This seems a little weird, but I feel like it makes up for it with this issue, and going forward in the next issue we will get the finish of this story arc, I think, because after that she seems to team up with the Winter Soldier. So I wonder if this might be like sort of like a Brave and the Bold situation we get, where we get like a couple story arcs where we have Wolverine teaming up with another superhero. I think that would be interesting to see. Or if she gets like a little solo adventure, who knows? But yeah, this is moving in a really interesting direction. I like it. It was fun. It was a fun read. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of funny little jokes interspersed in between like the fights and stuff. You know, I like the banter a lot. The artwork was really good as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you pick this up? Are you passing on it? Honestly, I enjoyed this more than the current ongoing Wolverine at the moment. That one is very up and down, I feel like, at the moment. And that one actually might be dropped for me. I might not be getting that one next time. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. You picking this up? Let me know. I'm going to talk to you, Mike. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Stay safe.